And parivision will just let that happen to them as soon as they try to challenge. Its kicker dropped already, but the Nutcracker's able to open it up a bit to get some more space there.
We shouldn't expect any massive swings from this point forward, but the problem is Nateju staring down the barrel of a whole lot of Glocks, and, well, Belchanok is not going to be able to get anything, but Travis will trade him nice and easy. So that will leave us in a 2 versus 3. Pretty much the same place we found, except Potty. Oh, he's certainly going to be caught out here, but Travis now brought down so low. He needs to be traded out for a different player. Suddenly, this is really looking ENCE favored, even though the body count is higher for Parivision. You're looking at the HP. You're looking at the fact that they know exactly where this hit is coming from. It's all down to these long-range engagements.
Still so much utility left as well on the T side. And as you well mentioned, well, with Glaive now going away, that advantage might become even slimmer. I think this still should be able to get a good hold. They need that first pick. There's Glaive with it. Hoping to get something. It's very stagnant here for Parivision. They're going to have to get this bomb down any time now. Oh. Glaive's going to give himself up. And that will be the end.
Oh, what close until the end.
Yeah.
Well, apparently not. Nateju with a MP9 is doubling up versus full rifles here, ladies and gentlemen. If that's going to be how this game goes, ENCE have a lot going for them right now. They are 5 versus 2 in their force buy.
Very much there for Kaspersky, even though he's low HP. Should just be a formality at this point, unless... Actually, hold up. This is a 1v2. AK versus Scout and a Deagle. Travis might actually be able to crawl this back.
It'll definitely take that awareness that let him take Glaive out of the picture at those long doors. That same awareness is going to have to be leveraged here because the scout shot does end up missing. That opens him up for the bomb plant. Audi. Oh, here we go. Oh, tagged up now. He's only got 1 point of health separating him and his demise. And Potty will sail him on through.
Kicker just throwing that mid-smoke. ENCE have positioned pretty damn well with 3 players here. One already spraying the smoke. There's no reroute to short as 2 stations able to stop the attack into the bomb site. Easily dealt with unless... Alright. For a second there I thought the Galil would be able to do some big damage, but not really. Jame in the 1v3. Jame in the 1v3? Question mark. Alright. Searching for his favorite weapon.
Yeah.
He can do this.
This is interesting. Yeah, he can absolutely do this. I mean, you think about the question marks as to the positioning. We know they're not coming in from tunnels. This is going to be that 2v1 retake. No flashbang available. So they're not even going to go in with any utility. The dry peek. Deagle hero.
Is he still playing?
No, I think he's coaching. But... Oh. Kaspersky, though, he's still playing. He's gaming. That's 2 MP9 frags versus rifles. I mean... What is it with the MP9s on ENCE and CT side? They have been gunning for it between Nateju in that force buy, Kaspersky in round number 6. That's
ENCE
a very nice establishment.
ENCE were completely done with them this round. Pushing into lower tunnels, and you have Glaive pushing into long doors. The peek into Jame does equalize things, and Cody won't have the time. Well, that J-Mop already bringing in its influence, still continuing through. Nature's cover gets extended. Flash is good. Are they really going to face into this? They are! Oh my word! And as the smoke fades, it's Jame getting dropped. Belchonok, the only one left standing! How is that a headshot? Oh, no way. Inaccuracy in his favor. 11 HP. Is the only thing left. Oh, what is this round? Looking for the 1v1, and there is Belchadok.
Obviously, they have lost a man, but even their rotations with the extra AWP, not going to be easy. Oh, flashed off the angle. That is no good. Now just run down from every angle. This is a wipe. I'll have another opportunity as the hunt commences. Ooh, there we go.
They waited with the bomb plant to get their players up into the map. Get ready to go for this op hunt. And that's the missed shot. That's the moment. Parivision.
We're being teased.
ENCE are going for this. They're flashing in. They're very close by, and that's a beauty of a shot from Glaive. Look at the lead his team back into this one. Trying to challenge James, trying to get some suppressive fire on there. But Cody there to support. First kill back. Still going on. Oh my word, this retake. It feels like a full side take. Only the colors are different. James should be the one to close that lid. And there you are. 2 out of him from short. Will make Parivision survive.
Yeah, the longest long that ever longed.
Okay, well, over top. Merely a flesh wound on the side of Parivision.
Yeah, Jay wants to hold for these guns. They know that the remaining players are going to be looking to upgrade, but he's a rat. I knew he would do that. Grabbing those rifles, making sure they can't X-Scar with him. And Velchanok has been dispatched. Eventually dealt with, but no more weapons, no more bullets. That's a wrap.
What's the plan? But that's just sort of like pure depth there.
Oh!
Ooh.
Apparently the plan was to try to crunch onto lower tunnels, but that was not going to work. And that was the last opportunity for a full buy that ENCE had. So this is a catastrophic round. The dying gasp of the first half, we have Parivision taking a lead and probably securing an 8-4. If we think about it. Look at that. They're doing the same thing as you called it out in the last big gun round where they went for the hunt onto Pody. SDY will finally find a frag back, but hot damn. As Glaive ends up getting dropped and SDY is so low, they delayed the bomb plant so they could confirm the hunt. They want every single rifle swept from this server. They will not rest until the last member of ENCE falls. So I'm sure SDY will go down swinging, but this is looking dangerous.
I like that evolution from Parivision, because what we did have in previous eras of James IGLing is, yes, we did have this very passive, save heavy game of Counter-Strike.
Ends up giving away his life instead. Glaive not going to be long for this world, and Travis knows exactly where the rest of ENCE is coming from. Pody in a 1-on-5 with a French gun. Well, at least he can get his sniper. But it's not looking good.
Highlight of the year incoming, or just any other round? Well,
he doesn't even go for it.
Just any other round. I mean, well, yeah. Like it'd probably look a lot dumber if he started saving. So
they're gonna need to smoke off that CT pass. Glaive has the sole piece of utility. There it is, dispensed, dispatched though. Kicker on the pistol is easy as you like for Velchanok as well, and that's bomb drop Nachu. Not long for this world, it feels. 1 versus 5. He's found the first. The hero on the other side taken out of the round. He's being flanked very quickly by those dual Berettas. And he knows his time is limited. 20 seconds on the clock. No friends in this round. And from the back, the spray will come out. It's not going to quite matter as Notza can't control it. But he's just a fireworks distraction in the background as Kicker drives the bullet home. Because some people have done that. Anyway, that's what it reminded me of when they just kept passing the scout up the chain. Pody surely is supercharged, as many hands have touched that weapon, but no results just yet, and he has even run down Nachu, the sole fragger. He's even going to recover an A1S. Hold on. Not that he can go for this whole round, but he can at least go for the bomb plant. He's not going to go for it, however, and it looks like he is out of bullets, has to reload the gun. That won't be the trigger pull yet. The bomb plant surely will. That's a French gun. No kill. Kicker, though. Still on it. And short will be the next port of call. James and Velchanok waiting here. Glaive not moving through the smoke. This is an opportunity for Parivision, but instead, Kaspersky and Nachu entering onto the site through utility, throwing caution to the wind and saying, that smoke is not a wall, my friends. Bomb has been planted on the A site. And we are looking at this 2 versus 4 where Noda and Kickert They're actually a little bit interested in going for a cheeky rifle recovery, but a couple of exit frags aside, there's not much that they can do here.
I saw it on the minimap there where Glaive, as soon as that sort of whole attack kind of died down, we saw Glaive just sneak out of that smoke whilst it was still there, knowing that no one was really close yet, or no one did really have the time to get in close yet. That was a wonderful move.
Yep.
Sometimes you see those glimpses, right? But when this sort of ENCE team first got completed, first got made, it was, it wasn't that smooth all just yet. They've been cooking. As much of a strenuous position as, for example, Banana, where on Inferno Banana you just see it evolve so much. Well, actually, this is quite a slow take, and okay, parivision set up complete perfectly for that prevention. Jeez.
I don't know. Kaspersky could go for the flank here. It's really the sole glimmer of hope, but James has already posted up for it, and he'll take him out. Antivirus has been breached. Pody with his own sniper, and Neju cut down by a nade before he can even plant the bomb. Well, that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. 11 for parivision, and
that's a big
it's coming.
Smoke blown open, and Kicker won't be able to do much here as Travis trying to stop them. Oh, jumping into CT. That's the strat. Reroute back to B. Belchanok tries to hold on, but this is all falling apart at the seams. Pody able to respond, able to calm it down. That was quick reaction from parivision. One more kill on that bomb. Possibly couldn't have made its way to the B bomb site. James now in the 1v2. Doesn't clutch too often, but we've seen he has this. Waiting for that window to open up again. Over the top. Pody has a beautiful angle. Caps him. And that's the 8th for ENCE. Bit of a util mistake this time on the side of the attackers. SDY just lurking in the tunnels. 3 versus 3. Again, a retake possible. Say that, Pody full blinded. Try and hold on,
that
boys.
Was unfortunate. He just went for the anti-flash, and Belchanok swung. Well, Kaspersky dancing with him. Oh,
also can't get
look at that, leading the dance. What's happening here, James?
Young Frenchman in the clutch. 1 versus 3. As Nature won a 180 there on the ramp. Belchanok, low HP. He's 1 bullet from death, and Nature with another clutch. Mouse NXT graduate. This diploma's worth a ton. But ENCE trying to replicate there a great many in a row. Currently they're sitting on 4, 5.
Yeah,
since have this info.
Since that streak started, right?
4 with 1 interruption. Yeah. 4 with 1 interruption. Some nice aim shown. Gallery play for SDY as he's looking for the ace.
Not letting him stop whatsoever. Heard that from Kickert. Oh, the trade had needed to be there, but it's not.
Whoa.
Just an immediate execution, but the bomb is still there for Pody. He can plant, and I mean, slim odds on a 1v4, but maybe he can do some damage at the very least. Not a lot of money here on this parivision side. They can play for extra rounds. Overtimes might be optional here.
They have no clue that he's here.
Yeah, 0.
They're just clearing long. They're expecting him to be on long. I don't even think Pody believes it.
No.
There's going to be some time. There's no diffuse kit. There's still smoke and a molly left for Pody. And he's going to face... How's that not a hit? Huh? I really thought that connected. Pody probably hoped it connected.
Yeah, missing the first opportunity feels like that's it for the clutch. Knows where one's coming from. Forced out of the position. Oh, the HE from Kickert. Such a brainy way to diffuse any tension. Very good. Artillery aiming for all those bodies on short. The pressure starts to mount when you lose your flank. Rotations can come in and you know it. Instead, they're going to pivot around towards mid. Yeah, they're going back, but I don't think that's the right play. Oh, Belchanok is able to spray multiple down, and with no hope in that mid take, that is a wrap with parivision, scoring it at the very end of regulation.
But even now, you can still very easily route back as soon as ENCE get the knowledge that there's 4 players here. Everything thrown in.
Okay.
Ooh, some nice steps there.
Yeah, some. Yeah. Opportunity. Remember, these USPs are very deadly at this range. Glocks take a little bit more precision. James has found a second frag, the head of the opposing captain, and now with all this damage dealt down range, that is a cleanup for Parivision. In the 4-on-5, it was almost like Nota didn't even matter in the end. It's going to be only 2 men defending. Glaive trying to run him down. James, though, will finish the job. The bomb almost gets planted, but a very nice flank from Kickert. Only 1 player will end up collapsing at the end, and, well...
On the Parivision side, playing Kickert into the halls, and gets away with his life and the kill. Great efficiency from Kickert there, and that's gonna already hurt the attack before it even gets going. Kickert somehow still standing, finally dropped as 2 kills for ENCE. Bomb plant now should be guaranteed. They don't want to go for it just yet.
Okay, they just punched in, but Travis fade away. Kaspersky's was already so very low, and the long-range spray is not going to work out for SDY. Pody is in the smoke. This is the last hope that ENCE have for this round. This is a 1-on-3, and the best he can hope for is a miraculous kill. He is so very low himself. There we go, immediately behind cover. Long range against James, brings him down to 1 point of health almost. This is still a possibility, but that's the op striking him down. And there is the defuse as well. Belchanok was frozen in fear, but... As in, do I like him, or is that what we call him?
Yeah. No.
Oh, okay.
Do you like s'mores?
You know, I
you
used to
ever
have
had
such
s'mores?
a sweet tooth. I think I'm still a pretty sweet tooth kind of guy, but I'm trying to cut the weight. So I will say I will respectfully decline, but they are pretty yummy.
No more s'mores.
No more s'mores.
Yeah,
no more fun. I turned 30 and now I can't do anything. It's all over.
It's not as popular on the European continent. But 2v3 actually, once we're talking about sweet snacks. And the AK is still in play. Kaspersky needs to get big here. Kill from the IGL. That's Glaive with 1 more. Glaive has to do it all by himself, but the Nota Travis duo.
Unfortunately, making ENCE much harder for them to get it over the finish line on that site. It almost felt like they were using SGs or something. They thought they were using SGs. That did not work out. Now, James had a very uncharacteristic whiff. That was supposed to be a tripwire, but instead the trap was sprung, and ENCE just pincer on multiple players there. 3 frags, a flurry, leaving Belchanok alone and now gone. How about that for an ENCE round? Couple walking wounded. The Kickert is pretty far forward. Now the pressure is starting to mount. Oh, he's flashed with that second one. That is good, but Kaspersky has no idea. SDY still holding for it. That's been calmed through. That's a big spray, but Glaive recovers immediately. Opportunity for a multi-frag was there, not taken. Kickert falls, and with it, it feels like at this point we're going to see shades of dust too, where Parivision will just end up saving on the other site.
It was a very similar setup as what we're used to. So it was James on Ivy, and then 3 players on the B bomb side. Around 10 seconds before James got attacked there in Ivy, before that pop started.
Yeah, it's a bit of a infamous tactic that that have more bodies than guns back then. So Kalashnikovs were a precious resource. Now it feels like Parivision players are a precious resource. They've lost 2 players, both of them with rifles, both of them feeling unrecoverable. Travis, he's not burned out. Not quite able to. I believed, but James got rid of. Oh man, no guns saved, no opportunities, and you know, money is a problem. I'm not quite sure they'll have the op.
Yeah, the blowouts have been fairly one-sided. Jesus, oh, it still works, that long dog aggression. Finally, Parivision trying to put a cap on the aggression, trying to curb it a bit. James gonna play ahead of that smoke, knowing what they'd like to do. Such beautiful adjustments from Parivision early on in round 9. That's
Love to see
great
it.
stuff.
And they have to stay ahead of this. They have to stay ahead of ENCE's game plans, because we are seeing their utility usage have plenty of impact. Their riflers finding Little ratty angles to hold while the Parivision players try to rotate over. And now Belchanok caught off guard. That felt like a duel that was his. Glaive, he's not going to be so lucky. Kicker will take his life. Now this 2-on-3 turns to a 3-on-1. And once again, Pody in familiar territory. B-site, AWP this time, instead of an AK with no bullets, but it might as well be the same as Noda clotheslines him on the way out. No bomb plant, no friends in that round.
Finally, is going to get used what it was designed for, and that's holding off the attack on B. Effective for the first, but now he's all alone. Gets wrapped. Kaspersky and SDY. For the breach.
Oh!
Ho ho! Polish Rifler doing great work here for ENCE. 11 kills already. He's been having a joy entry fragging on this map. And the rest cleaned up. ENCE Academy with adjustments of their own to hold them off. And they are themselves very much aware all of this investment. 1-for-1 trade.
Well, SDY knows pistols and op. Typical Parivision buy. Rotating back over, staying mobile. He needs to. He's the heavy gun, the long barrel. And so far he's been good for it. 12 kills, 6 deaths. So if he can keep that kind of performance up, surely he can find some success. The shoulder peek, oh, not quite. The crouch peek into the scope. Nateju brought down. Now starts to become a bit more awkward. Nota recovered an AK in the meanwhile. Glaive with the AWP. Covers that, but oh, the turnaround. It's only Glaive. 1-on-3. He's found the first of the 1-on-4 technically, but this needs to be miraculous and no bomb. A little bit of a minute on the clock here. Still possible, but we're talking 1% here.
Oh my word. This 1v2 is taking so damn long. They're just trying to choose and pick sides, and that's a nice bait.
Yeah.
Well planned, well played. Ivy. No real evolution seen throughout the half. It worked in the beginning. No real changes. And Nota. Well.
More so on the unlucky side. Best we can hope
And
for
Nature and
is
Trav is in
something
the same boat.
miraculous. Yeah. Cursed together. And Pody will fall. And that's it. Clean
Very
sweep
clean.
there for Parivision to score 8. And you were right, that is the only blowout round. Well, as long as they score a pistol, at least one pistol in this best of 3, I think they're going to be just fine. It's going to be a very quick attack here with pace. Parivision storming the gates, but SDY has already cut the first down, and that's a big frag to find. James not able to ply his trade with the pistol. Bomb will go down, and it's going to be a 5v4 retake.
Opening kills have an increased influence on these pistol rounds, and well, Nateju very happy that he's switched sides, already kicking off with a good first kill, but they're going to be challenging him. They want any avenue to secure. They want to be stuck in the middle of this bomb site. But now the rest can come in right into Travis. The low fraggers are doing a lot of work here.
No.
2v3 left. It's Travis and Nateju, battle of the bottoms. Well, it's going to look like Travis is going to come out on top for this one. And Parivision, they are going to make it very, very difficult. Now a 9th on the board already.
That is wild. I can't believe Travis scores 2 on that hold. So impactful.
Which is you can sit on the ladder and just spot a bit of a corner.
Oh. Whoa. Right then. Kaspersky went hunting and got brought into the pool by the fish. But look at that. SDY and Nateju combining. Glaive will pick up the slack from Ukrainian player as he only gets 1, but now Glaive is here to get the rest. I know, running right into his crosshair, and look at that, gifting him the AK. Couple players towards Ivy. Very rare to see so many CTs crawling over it, but it's actually the right move as Parivision are grouped up in that direction. So far, even Steven, but there's more action to be had, and with only pistols, how much more damage can we see? Glaive will take out Nota. Belchanok has found a weapon. He has been able to take Nateju out. Still continuing some of the struggles there. Pody posted up with the sniper.
Nope.
Oh, has he heard this drop? He has. Adjusts in time. Remember, no bomb available here, and he will find him. That is all the pressure releasing all at once. Every ENCE player Sigh of relief. Travis, my man, looking for his 5th frag of the map. Will the Deagle end his curse?
Nope.
Not at all.
Still, Nature and Travis not really having the best of times here.
Oh, so close. But Belchanok, will you give him the opportunity? Throws out the util instead. Drops available onto the site. Travis storming the gates, but he's held by Pody. And there's Belchanok falling down. Kickert takes advantage of the chaos. Nachu now needs to go big. He's gotten 2. And we've got Kickert planting the bomb. Pody pressing the issue with the AWP. This is a 1v3 for the Kazakh. And look at that. He's found the first. The long-range spray brings Nachu down to half. SDY. Be the big man here. Rotate over and help your buddy because the French rifler is down for the count. And there we go with 1 left alive. Balancing on a knife's edge. And there's been a much heavier presence towards B for ENCE. They have no idea this hit is coming. 2 available to quickly rotate, but Z is smoked off, and Pody, very, very impactful frag there. Needed a clothesline Kickert on the way out.
SDY gets into a great position here. Noda caught on the wall. In. That's an important frag for the T side. Having this 4v4, it feels like it's going to stagnate a bit. But the lineup from Kaspersky. Oh, I wished he would have picked up an AK there in the previous. Yeah. SMG betraying him. Slowly chipping away as ENCE. Chipping away, continues. 2 versus 2, or 2 versus 4. Pody with the triple kill to end it all off. 11th on the board, and I don't see a solution. Well, I do see a solution, and I think James is thinking about it as well, which is saving. Yeah, what else can you do? Bomb is still stuck here in A main. He wants to get out. They're still going for this fight. 2v5. It's becoming increasingly more difficult to do anything here. And well, is this just like 3D chess saving that James is now gonna do? Like, oh, they'll never check CT spawn if they go for the hunt?
That should be the fallback plan as they're waiting for any look in. He is behind enemy lines and can go for some kind of backstab, but look at the way that
30 seconds is never enough.
No, I mean, you see the way the bomb is going. What is he going for here? He spotted a little backpack in Nateju. He should be good for the frag here. Is he going to think about the... Oh, he's thinking about multi-fragging. Okay. I was going to say, don't you dare pull out of your knife.
Oh, you can?
No, can't.
Travis can get out of A main. It's 10 seconds. Okay. This bomb can go down, and James is holding Ivy. He's hearing all these footsteps. Glaive!
No way.
Jumping into the jaws. And it's Pody in the 1 versus 2. It's falling apart for ENCE 2v5. Tries to get the USP onto Travis. It connects. Only a single flashbang. But an op versus op. James, he has to move quicker. He has to move quicker. Is this going to be it? ENCE does get that point. Whoa. Once again,
I mean, who's going to expect you to have ice in your veins, man? Like, no way Pody sticks that. And it's such high pressure, but it does happen. The buy is out. Money for everyone. And look at that. Opening frag. Doesn't favor a single person, but Nota. His position known. Pody. Oh, that's impact.
What a banging shot. And I mean, it's been the trend throughout the CCT final, throughout this match. Clutches going the way of ENCE. Kaspersky filled with confidence. Kicker's the only one left, Pronogo.
That's it. This would be a 1-on-4. And I know my man is a veteran, but no shot. Kicker pulls this one off. He had a similar attempt somewhat recently where he was able to claw a victory back, but I don't think it's going to matter here. Finds the first. Lots of damage dealt to Pody. Not enough. 13-10. ENCE do one better than Dust 2.
They're going to get heavily tested. SDY ready with the melons and destroyed. Now Nature with the USP. So many different angles. Gets swarmed by this pack of parivision bees. And only 2 left for the defense. Okay.
Bomb plan stopped. Okay, that's something for ENCE to work with here. They have not won a single pistol in the series just yet, despite how close those other maps were. Feels like parivision needs every advantage they can get to finally put ENCE to bed, but they're in a bit of a standstill. 50 seconds, plenty of time, but Pody on the lurk. This is opportunity. Persky moving forward. Pody, he strikes, and there it is, the spray down from the dual Berettas. 3 frags for the antivirus. Let's find
4
out.
versus 4,
This
another
is
retake
tight.
needed. Yeah.
Well, Nechu's on the flank. Can absolutely come in through CT spawn. They're going to go for this option, but they have no kit, so they need to hustle ever so slightly. James, very powerful crossfire set up here, but SDY will find first blood. Belchanok getting traded immediately, and Nechu pounces at the perfect moment, even spraying James down with the MP9. At the end of the day, it's academic. Well, they're able to make something happen here. Finally, Nota will be put down in mid, but not before trading. And look at this. An infiltration mission on the A site. Doesn't necessarily guarantee the bomb plant, since it's all the way down in spawn, and Belchanok and James are falling well before Kicker can get anywhere close to the site. Instead, Travis will egress back towards B. And the slow rotation begins. All the way through Swamp. We'll see Kicker eventually try to get the bomb plant down, but the rotations are fast enough with ENCE.
Travis needs a multi and won't get one. Won't even get one. I think this will just be pretty damn clean from Kicker. Pody the off angle. Nearly takes him down. 7 HP left on the sniperless Opper.
Already in a good spot. Glaive shoulder peeking, keeping him interested, and there it is. Baited in, hook, line, and sinker. The A hit has to come now.
Belchanok through the smoke is going to punish Nechu. 3 versus 3 as the spray is inaccurate. James will be able to survive to get those digits in. Belchanok low HP. I mean, this flank. Players on the bomb side need to hold off. Kicker might play a massive piece in the denial of this retake. It's Glaive on 16 HP, the only one with the kit. And there's still smoke left, but Kicker's going to come in. And SDY has quit checking for it. Whoa! 180 from SDY! Oh, this could happen. James, not again. He tries to not be fooled again by a defuse stick, but he does get fooled once more. Was expecting the repeat, but Glaive holds.
Yeah. Hedge fund. Pody looking for Nota here in Red Room, but oh, the timing. This could be a disaster. Oh, he knows though. Checks him. Smart play.
Yeah, you saw him get scared on the camera that Nota was actually there.
Yeah.
ENCE again, full on for a 4v4 retake. Travis this time. They get the first chip. That should be enough to bill ENCE out of this round. They're gonna escape. Trying to get out of here. Also, by the way, I was just reading chat. We talked about this in between the games. I just gone and went called ENCE Academy, or called ENCE Academy again. For the viewers at home, I'll explain briefly. I have been casting ENCE Academy for probably 2 full years. Probably above 100 to 150 maps of casting ENCE Academy. So, casting the ENCE main team now.
Towards the other half of the map. James was maybe posturing to go out of mid, but instead they get all this A control for free. This will be a 5v5 bomb plant most likely. Oh, maybe not. Nechu. Well, it's only good for one at the end of the day for SDY. And that 3v4, I think we're already looking at another save call here. Parivision have done the job. Pody not able to connect with that flick. Would have been impossible level difficulty. So they're on out of here. Round over. Second for Pari.
That is a lovely read. What very often happens after timeouts, from the CT side at least, by the book, that is the most important part of map control to have on Ancient. You want to have that control over middle.
It will be a B hit, and Travis spotted by that jump, but Glaive, he is in a lot of trouble right now. Blind as a bat, and cut down, plucked out of the air. Nota take him out of here. Kaspersky deep in cave, but he might be considering some way to extricate himself. SDY is felled behind enemy lines, and all of a sudden, feels like ENCE are just back to saving. Another very nice round from parivision. And this one a little bit more aim-heavy with the way that they did it, but the tactics can't be denied. They had great utility, placed everything they needed to place, worked out wonderfully for the Eastern European squad, and led by James, it's no surprise we got some T-side wins. But ENCE have to go back to the drawing board here.
What I'm also seeing is parivision have been... Oh, Jesus, what a shot to interrupt me there, James.
No analysis, only frags.
Yeah. Quit talking. Bang!
So, of course, in this one, it's kind of a write-off. You know, very unlikely for them to get too much done, but maybe they can score a couple of weapons. Only now rotating over, James will swing. Oh, not actually good for the heady. Kaspersky at a weird elevation level, but should have been clotheslined by Belchanok. That's a chance for him to recover a weapon for his team, but instead he is cut down, and predictably Nachu is going to be gotten good here. STY has an opportunity, maybe. Still favoring the AK here. Pody moving around through swamp and spot him out. They can tag team this rifle holder. There it is. So one gun recovered, but remember they lost another one earlier. So yeah, ENCE just looking for a little bit of padding to their eco into the next round. This will be a tie game, of course, but you're right. Aggression would be great. Something to figure out exactly where parivision are fomenting their game plan. Need to get them caught unawares. Look at this. All right. That's 3 rifles.
Yeah. Okay, 2.
That's 2 rifles.
Still a good yield from this harvest, this 5-7 harvest.
Yeah.
But we have all tied up at 4 again. The rope work seems quite good here for parivision to bring this one back.
Well, ENCE want to avoid that if they can, but their first step is just defusing it if it does go down. It's been unable to do that, and I don't know what's going on in B Short, but I think maybe parivision thought there was an infiltrator, an imposter. Doesn't end up happening, so a lot of their utility ends up going the way of the dodo. Glaive.
Gonna go again.
Once again on the swing. Great blinding. Using their smoke against them. They knew they extinguished the volley. They isolated the duel as a result. Great flash and great reaggress from Kaspersky.
Glaive with the second
There
as
you
well.
go. Yeah.
That one dry. Pody. Bit of pressure on as he must get a kill, but Belchanok electing to ignore him. Makes it a bit easier for ENCE as well. Nota all by himself, and wait, that's exactly what we were talking about, wasn't it? Just we need some aggression, we need some moves from this CT side.
Jane might be thinking about pushing away here. Glaive in an uncharacteristic spot on the A site. They're ahead of this play. Good read from the IGL, but can he get the frags? Yes, indeed. Great positioning, and look at that. Baits the trap and springs it himself. That's a 5 versus 3 already. They get out of James' scope as well. Very nicely played.
Great read once more from Glaive, realizing that these walkouts are a threat. Realizing that the A-bomb set's probably going to be the next target. Well, rerouted. This GPS going straight to a bomb plant. Travis will be left alone, though.
No way.
And both of the snipers in this round get completely destroyed by AK headshots. And the clutches have not been favorable to parivision. And before I get even done with that sentence, I get proven correct.
Yeah. Pretty light on the A defenders. Nobody in Donut. Quick rotates available, but leaning more towards B as the smokes start to come in. And they're slow enough that the rotations will have time to burrow into the temple, but it does still feel very dangerous here for ENCE. This is going to be a full-strength retake. Great HE, giving Nachu the opportunity as low as he is. Oh, he almost took Travis out, but James very watchful, dutiful even, and SDY, as the bomb gets planted, the last digit punched in by Travis slouching over with no head. Somebody make that a frag movie. This is going to be 4 versus 3. Well, not anymore. Kickert dismantles that late utility. Retake gets that much harder.
Glaive raining down into the crosshair of James. Right as I mentioned, have been able to deal with the sniper. Getting him into those post-plant situations. The op becomes so much more powerful, it seems. Didn't Pody have the time there? Okay, Kicker would have probably had the angle on him. But
yeah, it was,
like
it was questionable, but being brought much closer. And though Pody does have some really nice highlights. Oh, Belchadok apparently wants some of his own. A 2-man spray down with no entering onto B. This is going to be 6 for 6 at the end of the day. This is what happens when you deny Parivision their sniper. The riflers go nuclear. Minute 30, and B is likely the target, even though the last 2 remaining ENCE players are waiting with open arms. This is going to be so difficult.
Banging from Belchinook there. Glaive now needs to one-up him with a triple. No. James able to deal with Glaive, but now Pody. At some point, one of these 2 ENCE players needs a triple kill. It's on to Pody now. Late game, well, late half. Clutch again. Pody's just gonna go straight through. Whoa, James heard it. James ready. Oh, James
so
is
close.
10 HP. Ready enough. Oh, it's not gonna be a double fight. Oh, it's gonna be a double kill for Parivision. Belchinook able to just completely outmaneuver ENCE here. They have no answer for this. Nature's just trying to hear where he's going, but another 5v2 starting this half the way the last ended. But I don't see any solutions here for the T side. My god, Belchinook. Another multi-kill. Back to back. 7th on the board for Parivision. They continue crawling. They let ENCE win 1 pistol round. But after that...
That's it.
No.
Yeah, and, you know, this would still be a very impressive...
But with Travis and Kaspersky trading places, that's gonna be the entire B side put offside. Belchinook once more with a multi-kill. But is it gonna be worth enough? The smoke coming in. Whoa, just in time, I was gonna say. Nachu probably surprised he survived even himself. Kicker gonna be stuck in the corner at what point are you gonna spam this corner if you're Nachu? Kaspersky on the flirt. Oh no, that's a big whiff. He knows it. SDY still able to hold on. Nachu has Kicker sprinting past him, and his teammates save Kaspersky.
It has been decreed. Molly will clear out the other side. Oh, they turn anti-flash, but Glaive will take that every day of the week, and Nachu finishes Travis off with the help of Pody's damage from earlier. It's now a 3 versus 5. Some HP not favorable, but ENCE should be able to cleanly make their escape and move over to the A site with 30 seconds left. They've definitely baited over the rifle havers on the side of Parivision. I believe that is the technical term. Use that in your next cast, rifle haver. Great one.
I'll try and use it. We see NKJ in the background trying to import himself into the game again. Get as close to the screens as possible. Give this man his own screen to spectate from. Smiling NKJ as ENCE are crawling back 8-8. This map we've had a lot of tight scores.
He's ramped his monitor settings up. He's starting to see the code. Just what instant contact.
I'm pretty sure it's been fixed, right? But I can't remember how the minimap actually still reacts to these smokes. But because that was a bit of a bug at one time. Well, at one time for a very long time, that was a bit of a bug. 2 rifles dealt with quickly in cave, and in middle. And an ENCE lead.
That's right. And no rifle saved over. James with 18 points of health has to see what he can scrape together here. Opportunity on the low HP Kaspersky, but not likely to be used. I think SDY's got him. There it is. Yeah. We like that.
French
we like that.
Spider-Man.
Belchinock. He was headshot earlier, but now he's on for one. He'll take SDY out, but look at that damage back.
No, this is
way.
all going wrong for ENCE. Team damage. Kaspersky here executing Glaive.
Draw some attention, but the utility coming out of Cave will be a dead giveaway. They only have smoke for one spot. Kickard spotted, but not good enough. Not even close to good enough.
It is a bit more passive. They want to keep 5 alive for the rest of this one. Travis, full swing. Dry peek into 3.
Oh.
The triple Travis. 3 headshots as well out of that M4A4, and ENCE can't stop just dying to multi-frags. Horrendous result in this round. Already.
The trading is not there, man. That's the big problem right now, is that they're not finding the right spacing. They're not swinging from multiple angles, getting that deeper mid-map control. It sounds like a small point, but right now, James will hold the line. SDY dropped. The tripwire activating, and Nature's position is known. Too many swings. He'll take one down, but much more than that, not possible.
Oh, it's just so tense this round. They're just simply walking in. Information gained for Nature, but there's such little time. This bomb plant will get disrupted. Kaspersky, now go for it. Nature, no multi. Still 3v3. As Parivision are really setting up for these rotates, but finally the mid control. We talked about it. SDY with a possibility.
No way.
Kaspersky out in the open facing James, and there's the flank. Just in time, ENCE managed to plug their gaps.
Time to go. ENCE need to continue to set the pace. Any mistake could be fatal now, and SDY, well, Belchinock just made that fatal error, and Noda dropping as well. Suddenly, the ENCE riflers really activating in the midst of the chaos. Tactics thrown to the wind for the time being. This will be an A hit, and we have 2 members here to try to stave off defeat.
Kickard has to throw protective smoke. James is also here, just turning away from SDY. Was going to get a freebie onto the sniper. That's going to be round done. What else can you do? Very nicely done by ENCE. And I like that strategy, right? Because what we saw previously, what ENCE were doing a lot on this T side, we've seen them sort of be aggressive with 2 players and kind of go in dry, both into middle, into donut, into cave. All 3 areas we've seen 2 or 3 players facing dry. What they did now, Kaspersky out solo on the B lane, SDY out solo on middle, supported by the util, and it's lower risk, and by this round at least, very, very damn effective.
Has to be said, yeah, this is some intense sort of, I would say, pressure training. ENCE very much back against the wall, and somehow they're finding the answers. It's been enough time, been enough pauses.
Oh, Flash misses.
He doesn't.
Flash completely misses.
You almost
called him
thought.
down, though. Yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, he does get one, but that angle... Very common that you're going to be facing multiple opponents. And keeping up this man for Parivision. But it may all be nullified by SDY. Spotting him from behind. They curb. Belchinock, only 1. And that was the magic of Parivision. Belchinock multi-kills. But it feels like the mana has ran out on this CT side. 3 members of ENCE on the defense. There's no defuse kit. Even if you get all of these kills, will it be within the time given? Kaspersky is gonna put the nails in the, well, metaphorical coffin, because we still go OT for ENCE.
And I'm not talking 2 points of damage. I'm talking about multi-frags. I'm talking about kills, clearing, and look at the timing favoring Pody. The spray down is good. He didn't go for the op this time. Despite having it available, he decided to concede with the AK. James, desperate, tries to pop the smoke. He misses the HE, though. And that's just a disaster. Nota, though, avoiding that disaster, somehow gets away after a two-man spray. But Belchenok brought down on the lurk. That means there's almost no hope for this. It starts to swing back into ENCE's favor. They haven't planted the bomb yet, but doubt has been planted, man. They don't know.
But SDY is finding a lot more impact on his lurks in these past couple of rounds. If he can continue that this overtime, very much in the favor of ENCE. And that will continue. So, Pody with the triple.
Belchenok now lurking out. This is an opportunity for him. He can pick his battles. He can pick his fights. SDY going to go down, and immediately he starts to fall back, but that's the worst mistake. Nachu gets the free lineup there, and with all laughs, all smiles, avenges his fallen comrade. No lurks needed when you just burst onto the site like that, but still, they've decided to be a little bit slow about it. Turning the screws. Next point of contact, but it's beleaguered. It's ugly. And Kaspersky, anything but striking him down, and it's all on to Nota. I can hear the voice comms already. Guys, you are insane. That's it. That's the voice comms. That's Glaive and Jame. A little bit of a duel. Definitely going to favor Glaive with the weapon, but not quite good enough on the spray. Jame will get the better of him and take his gun. Passing it up to Kickert. Doesn't mean anything. Moving now towards A.
The one fear that I do have with ENCE moving over towards A is Belchenok is here. We've seen him frag, multi-frag with every rifle. Nachu gets dropped by him. And it is just Pody there. Belchenok is massive. Again, he does it. There's no defuse kit.
Still should be enough. But there is no diffuse kit, and there's no utility left. They're going to need to throw bodies at the problem, and Kaspersky already knows HE sailing on through. That's forcing the issue. James somehow stays alive, but the spray is beautiful! Kaspersky and SDY striking hot. SDY had the great flank. They knew exactly where they'd be coming in from, apparently. Didn't expect all four, almost certainly, but happy for it. Switching sides. OT second half. It'll have to be flawless, and so far it's not, with Belchenok getting dropped by Pody nice and early. Travis trying to take some pace, trying to go aggressive, but Kaspersky, okay, he's going to be gotten the better of it. Now they've taken care of the Opper. SDY keeps it even, but this is much more doable for Parivision now. Bomb still in Swamp.
This is going to be a very, very long 3 versus 3.
Coincidentally far behind the bomb site. Now SDY in pole position here to cut the hopes of Parivision short in this 3v3, but he'll have to multi-frag, and Jame not yet immediately aware of his position. Now that will be different, and Nota finishes him off. Very low HP. So this still is technically doable for the ENCE side, but I think they'd probably get a bit better mileage out of recovering that sniper in mid, especially with Jame taking Nachu out of the picture. That was the only utility that they had. Glaive might just look for a little bit of damage, if he looks for anything at all. The 13th for Parivision comes on their T side.
And Nota cleanly taking Glaive's head off.
Well, it looked really good with Pody getting that opening frag, but they did not respect the pace that Travis was going for, and Kaspersky got dropped onto short. Now, this is a nice little highlight package with Nachu taking out multiple players and Pody clotheslining. And then he did that to himself, man. He did not expect the op there, or if he did, he was kind of torn between two different targets. Pody here. Oh, baited by the shoulder peek. And Jame will pounce on that opportunity. There's still so much damage dealt to some of these Parivision players. Travis and Nota do not want to be the ones on the entry pack. Kaspersky has it all to do. He spots Kickert out. He'll take him down. That's a multi-frag. Compulsory. But now we're in a 2v3. Can ENCE really do this? They've pushed Parivision back. They're reconsidering. Keeping their utility for later on if it's even necessary. And Glaive's going to get timing here by Nota, it feels like, especially baited forward with the bomb plant. Nota will take that 6 ways from Sunday, and SDY in the 1-on-3.
Okay. That's a spray. You see him kind of leaning his head back on the camera, trying to get himself ready. Knows it's a Herculean task. But the flick... Oh, 2 HP. Oh.
He's been delivered.
Through.
Travis was set up for utility. He's gone. Instant 5v4.
Oh,
and look at that. H
too.
is still going out here. He's going to take out James, but he will eventually be cut down and kicker. That's a mistake from SDY.
Ugh. Yeah. that puts a bit of a damper onto what I am very glad what ENCE are doing now again, is going more up front, taking more control on the CT side.
Yeah.
Brisky.
Kicker was ready, so ready.
Yeah.
No, still an opportunity for Glaive to find some action here. They looked so good at the opening, same as OT number 1. We think about that second half when ENCE took to the defense. Now Glaive is just going to get cut down immediately. Most damage dealt to Kicker was from his teammate. Belchanok almost multi-fragged with only 1 enemy on his screen, but not going to happen this time around. And Pody will save the op as the bomb goes down. We have a very long first round here.
Also, it's just very thin margins. You can still fall away, but he just wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
And very fast once more.
Talk about unexpected. Wow.
They always save this for the overtimes. Yeah.
They do, yeah. They're fast-paced plays. Fast-paced plays. There's a tongue twister. We are getting into this 3-on-3. ENCE are going to go for the retake. They're looking for an option, but with Pody so far away, so far afield, how is he going to get impact with the AWP? You saw James shouldering it for the Tech 9 for a moment, just in case somebody was to run forward, and Nature's given up the game. James will take the SDY out of the picture. But do they expect another player from that angle? James not looking. Pody's found Travis. Trade up for the AK. James is being distracted. The pistol is out for Pody. It's not nearly enough. And the whiff onto James. Catastrophic for ENCE. That's another T round taken by Parivision. Now, Parivision are used to playing even or down and still being able to find victory with the way that ENCE have been so eclectic. But Kaspersky back to a passive angle. This is supposed to be one and done, but he's spotted out. He'll get none. Now the only one holding is Glaive with the MP9, and James with the Tech 9, not quite able to make things happen. Pody brought down so very low. And look at that. The last hope rests on the ENCE Academy graduate. He's going to be swinging back forward, missing that jump. Not that it matters too much, as nothing available for timing. He's going to come on in. 1 versus 3, 8 HP. Tell me I'm dreaming.
Well, I'll eat a shoe if he'll probably win this. Well, there you go. No shoe dinner for me. I need to go super fast or deal with this flank first. It's gonna be the former. As Travis and Kicker, 2 more kills. Dave is just sitting in this smoke, trying to delay. This could be it already for ENCE, as now the spray does go awry. Oh my good, pure chaos.
They're off it.
From the IGL. Oh, smoke defuse. It's Nachu again.
James falling back into CT spawn. Belchanok, not good for a multi, not even good for one. Pody takes his head, and that forces the rotation towards A. James will be smoked off. He's going to get ahead of it. This is an opportunity for him to equalize, and Nota is even going to be checked. The answer is kind of half, but James falls with nothing, empty-handed. And all of a sudden, this looks a lot more doable in the 3-on-3. Nota and SDY both so very low. So the HP, not advantage to anybody.
Another flank position from SDY. Another lurk position. They go through that smoke. Oh, that is brilliant. And this time, not just FAMAS's. The op gets saved by Nota. And James will have what he wants. Waiting at the edge of the smoke. Anti-flash. Then he pops out. Oh, peekaboo. Kaspersky needs a multi. Only gets one. 2 versus 3.
Not expecting the second
Because
cave.
why would it be easy?
Oh.
Nate,
Oh.
That's it. That's what he needs. The young Frenchman. Look at him making it in an international team. As he has the top dog challenging him. It's James with another Pody. Can fix his earlier whiffs. Can fix his earlier mistakes. He's been spotted already. He needs to clutch this. He's gonna get hounded. The no-scope's not there. Is this it for Parivision?